So, you think you know Africa? Let's talk about Chad. All right, let's play a game. Close your eyes. Picture Africa. What do you see? Lions? Pyramids? Maybe Wakanda? I get it. It's a big continent. It's easy to paint it with one brush. But today we're zooming in to a place that often gets lost in the shuffle. A place that's literally in the heart of Africa, but not always front of mind. We're talking about Chad. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Chad, isn't that the guy in your office who microwaves fish? Yes, but it's also a country. A vast, complicated, surprisingly fascinating country. If you said landlocked, you're a genius. Give yourself a pat on the back. Chad is one of the most landlocked places on Earth. It's like being in the middle seat on a long-haul flight, permanently. You've got Libya as your noisy northern neighbor who won't turn their reading light off. Sudan to the east is going through a lot, and you've got a whole crew of countries to the south and west. It's a tough neighborhood, but that's what makes Chad's story so compelling. Chad is sometimes called the dead heart of Africa. Sounds dramatic, like a movie trailer. But it's about location, deep in the continent's interior, far from any coast. And a huge chunk of it is the Sahara Desert. Think of it as the continent's belly button, a very, very dry one. This isolation has shaped everything: its people, its history, its struggles, and its resilience. So, for the next 10 minutes, forget the stereotypes and the easy headlines. We're going on a journey across epic landscapes, ancient cultures, and stories you need to hear. Let's get our bearings straight. If Africa were a giant pizza, who wouldn't want that? Chad would be the piece right in the middle that everyone has to reach over. It's huge, over twice the size of France, but with about 18 million people, fewer than Greater Los Angeles. So you've got a lot of land and not a lot of people. Space you can shout across. The capital city is N'Djamena. It sits where the Chari and Logone rivers meet. For a desert country, that's prime real estate. N'Djamena is a city of contrasts: modern buildings near dusty markets, shiny SUVs sharing roads with donkey carts. Your neighbors are everything here: Libya, Sudan, Car, Nigeria, Cameroon, a geopolitical hotspot. It's like being the calm roommate in a house where everyone else is arguing and setting things on fire. Landlocked means trade must cross borders. Expensive, complicated, and you feel every crisis next door, from aid delays to refugee flows. Imagine you cut Chad into 3 horizontal slices. Each slice feels like a different world. The top slice, pure Sahara, not the friendly Instagram dunes, the real deal: rock, sand, sky. Here, the sun is the boss. Life clings to isolated oases, home of the Tubu, masters of survival who read the desert like a map. Move down to the middle slice, the Sahel, a semi-arid belt where thorny acacias and hardy shrubs define the edge of the sand sea. Pastoralists roam with cattle, sheep, and goats, chasing pasture and water. Life runs on seasons, a precious rainy season and a long, unforgiving dry one. The bottom slice surprises: the Sudanian savanna, greener, wetter, more fertile. The agricultural heartland where cotton, sorghum, and peanuts grow. Rivers like the Chari and Logone flow north toward Lake Chad. Once one of the world's largest lakes, it has shrunk by over 90% since the 1960s. Climate change and water overuse. For millions in Chad, Niger, and Cameroon, this is a slow-motion catastrophe and a symbol of vulnerability. This country is home to over 200 distinct ethnic groups. That's not a typo. 200, each with its own language, traditions, style of dress, and history. A mosaic, not a melting pot. The Sahara in the south, predominantly farmers and Christians. Arabic-speaking groups in the north, including the Tubu, nomadic herders, mostly Muslim. Near the lake, Kanimbu and Buduma, the people of the reeds. French and Arabic are official. French is the legacy of colonial rule, the language of government, administration, and higher education. Chadian Arabic is the lingua franca of streets and markets. Beneath that hums a symphony of local tongues. Many people speak 3 or 4 languages daily. Broadly, the north and east are Muslim, the south largely Christian, but beliefs weave with older animist traditions. People might attend mosque or church and still honor ancestral spirits, natural forces, and traditional healers. Building one national identity is a work in progress. Tensions exist, yet shared experience, harsh environment, hospitality, resilience, and a love of sweet tea binds people together with hope for a more peaceful future. Chad's history didn't start when the French drew a line on a map. For 1,000 years, this land linked powerful Sahelian empires along trans-Saharan routes. Caravans connected West Africa to the Mediterranean, trading gold, ivory, salt, and tragically, people. Kanem Bornu dominated for centuries: roots, learning, scholars, and warriors. In the late 19th century, the scramble began. After brutal campaigns, France declared Chad a colony in 1920. Remote and used for cotton and labor, with development focused in the south. The south got schools and posts. The Muslim north was largely neglected, seeding deep divisions. Independence came in 1960, but it lifted the lid off a boiling pot. Decades of instability, civil war, coups, counter-coups, warlords, external meddling. In 1990, Idriss Déby seized power, ruling 30 years. Stability enforced by military and tight control. A Western ally against Sahel terrorism. But at home, corruption, repression, and rebellions persisted. Déby's death in battle in 2021 plunged the nation into uncertainty, followed by his son's takeover, seen by many as a dynastic coup. So how do people make money in Chad? Any way they can. Around 80% live off what they grow or raise. Subsistence living. Livestock are walking bank accounts. A good harvest or healthy herd means security. Drought or disease can be disaster. For decades, cotton was king. White gold introduced under French rule. In the early 2000s, oil changed everything. A pipeline linked fields to Cameroon. Money flowed and promises followed. But much wealth stuck in corruption webs or military spending. Rural life barely budged. So people hustle. Motorcycle taxis, phone credit, vegetables, grilled meat, yogurt, cobblers, welders, tailors. The informal economy is the real economy. Creativity and resilience powering families against the odds. It's not glamorous, but it's how the country truly runs. If you want to understand a place, taste its food. The foundation is boulé, also known as aish, a thick, starchy porridge. Think firm polenta, eaten by hand with sauces of okra, tomatoes, peanuts, greens, and sometimes meat or dried fish. Not fancy, incredibly satisfying. Then tea, strong, sweet, poured from height into 3 rounds. Bitter like life, sweet like love, gentle like death. Tea is the social glue, how you welcome guests, close deals, and pass time with friends. Music is everywhere. Drum ensembles in the south, haunting nomadic songs in the north with the kinda harp. Cities blend traditions with Congolese rumba, French pop, global hip-hop. Bands like Chisao carry Chadian sounds worldwide. Hospitality defines the culture. In a hard land, generosity is survival. Your community is your insurance. You help today, you may need help tomorrow. A powerful lesson in human connection. You're adventurous? Chad isn't for the faint of heart. Check the latest advisories. Some border regions, Libya, Sudan, the Lake Chad Basin, can be no-go zones. A trusted guide and a sturdy 4x4 are non-negotiable. Guides handle checkpoints and culture. Dress modestly in the north, always ask before photographing. Learn a few greetings. Bonjour, salam alaikum. Main draw, the otherworldly Enedi Massif, a UNESCO World Heritage Site of sandstone canyons, arches, and rock pillars. See the Guelta d'Arche and thousands of rock paintings. Giraffes, cattle, humans. Getting there is a multi-day desert expedition. Many call it magical. Zakuma in the south nearly fell to poaching. Elephants dropped from 4,000 to 400. But African parks professionalized rangers. Today, herds rebound, lions and birds thrive. Zakuma is a symbol of hope, protecting natural heritage through grit and partnership. From the sands of the Sahara to the streets of N'Djamena, Chad stands at a crossroads. Climate change is now. Lake Chad's retreat and desertification are existential. Poverty is widespread, services are thin, politics remain fragile in a tense transition. But resilience runs deep. Farmers adapting, mothers hustling, rangers protecting, musicians redefining identity. Quick quiz. Which famous but shrinking body of water is vital for Chad and its neighbors? A. Red Sea, B. Lake Victoria, or C. Lake Chad? If you answered C, you've been paying attention. The lake is a metaphor. Precious, pressured, yet life-sustaining for millions who refuse to give up. Chad's future hinges on inclusive politics across its 200 groups, on using oil wealth for all, and on global support for those on the climate front lines. Top 5. 1. Dead Heart of Africa, massive and landlocked. 2. Three landscapes, Sahara, Sahel, greener south. 3. Human mosaic, 200-plus groups, French and Arabic official. 4. Oil and water, subsistence, oil, and a shrinking Lake Chad. 5. Resilience, hospitality, music, survival. Final quiz. What staple thick porridge is often eaten with sauce? Answer: boule.